more about the RNC, and I printed up a bunch of zines that are at the front table. But basically, some kids who are not at all unlike any of the people here. In fact, one of them was my neighbor growing up. He used to play in a bad metalcore band. So if anybody in here can relate to that experience or had that neighbor, just to contextualize, some kids thought that when the RNC decided to happen in their town, they decided they would organize dissent because the people who were all gathered at the RNC are people who are responsible for fucking up a lot of people's lives in the millions, in billions maybe, just like international politics, war, environmental devastation. That all those ideas are being represented at this spot, and so a big protest was organized. A group of 8 people who were involved in organizing got arrested and charged with conspiracy to riot and furtherance of terrorism. So basically, they're charged under Patriot Act laws that are meant to be keeping us safe, right, from people who blow up buildings. Not that, well. And so, the point of these laws aren't meant to be squashing anybody who thinks that society should maybe look a little different, like who thinks that there should be a voice of dissent out there and wants to maybe stop people from killing people thousands of miles away over oil and things like that. So basically, I'm sorry, lost my train of thought, but the context under which these people are being called terrorists is because they invited people to come to town to protest. They organized things like legal support for people and food, and they didn't denounce the idea that people might want to riot when all these like fucked up evil people came into their town. And because they didn't denounce the idea that they were rioting, that there should be rioting, that's what that's basically the grounds for them being terrorists. And that's very close to the Orwellian idea of thought crime, right? It's like because these people didn't think it was a bad idea to riot, they are facing years in jail for conspiracy. And so it's not something that's happening, that just happened to them. It's something that the state has been using to intimidate people in various ways, like Chris was mentioning in the Animal Rights Enterprise Act. Is that what it's called? Thank you. That being like, if people think that that maybe we should stop murdering animals and torturing them, that those people are also subject to being labeled as terrorists for doing things like home demonstrations and stuff like that, free speech shit. And so it's a scary idea. And so basically, when you're facing as dismal state repression as we're seeing, they want us to be weakened, you know. But the best thing that we can do is turn this around and support the people who they're going after, and turn it around and show it to other people and to like say, do you see how afraid the people who protect this way of living are, that people might come up with a different way of living? Like maybe that's because what they're protecting is fucked up. And so to make our movements stronger because of these things and not be weakened and yeah. So yeah, I think that. Yeah, so check out the flyers that says thank you for supporting this benefit show. There's going to be another benefit show sometime in the next few weeks. I wish I could tell you when. It's going to be an acoustic show. I'm going to play acoustic songs, and Ryan Harvey from Baltimore is going to play, and we're going to show a documentary called Terrorizing Dissent, which is about all this stuff. And so look out for that, and yeah.